Hello there, people! Welcome back to another episode of How to Play and Build. Today is another new god kind of day. It's a new patch, there's a new god. Today we're going to discuss how I have been playing and building Chulainn. This god is a lot better than I originally thought he would be. He has a very interesting kit. Like, a lot of his moves do appear to be like slight variants off of other gods, but the way they can work together is kind of neat. So this is usually the point in the video where I would go and explain what the god's kit is, like what his abilities do, how they interact, but there's 8 abilities and I don't have that kind of time in the video, so I'm going to quickly explain his passive because that's what makes this god great, and then I'll explain sort of. But his passive. Chulainn doesn't have mana. He has like Berserker, Rage. Anyway, he reminds me a lot of a World of Warcraft warrior. So whenever you're using an ability, you're using this Rage, and you gather Rage by hitting stuff. So your abilities do cost this Rage, but as long as you hit at least 2 things, you're always going to be getting more than enough back. So as long as you can hit your shit, you'll be fine. Now for the fun part. He turns into the Hulk once he gets 85 Rage. So he just goes into this alternate form and he gets 4 new abilities. So let me just summarize the kit. His first ability in both forms is a line attack. His second ability is just Mystical Mail. His third ability is a jump or a push, depending on what form you're in. And then his ultimate is always a circle, but it's a knock-up in human form, and then a tremor in his little ultimate or Berserk Hulk form bullshit. So before we move on to the build I've been using, I'm just going to use a little disclaimer here. I don't think this god is very good in Clash. This god's playstyle is heavily dependent on how well you can build up Rage. I have had the most success with this god in Conquest, where you are in the solo lane and you can get up to about 80 Rage, and then when you go to gank someone, you immediately can burn all of your kit. So all your human abilities, all of your Berserk abilities, that is when this god shines. In Clash, when there's constant combat and you're just throwing abilities and not maximizing that Rage potential, you suffer. And I suffered during my first play with this guy because I went in Clash and man, it was awful. But anyways, let's talk about the general build that I have been using. There's an item that has constantly gone under the radar with Shifter's Shield being as strong as it is. But now that Shifter's Shield costs 2,500 gold now, this item can finally, come back into the spotlight here. It's in the same tree as Shifter's Shield. It's called Gladiator's Shield, and it is an incredibly cheap item. So what I've been doing, and I did this in Conquest, it works great, is you start with your starter item and you go the tier 1, so that little crappy shield. And then all you need is 1,050 gold, and then you get this Gladiator's Shield. And this shield gives you early CDR, early power, and 45 early physical protection. It's an incredible item for the cost. And since you can rush it and get it early, you're going to be a beast. So that's what I've been doing. But of course, that's just the start of the build. And I know what everyone must be thinking right now. This god must rely on auto attacks, considering you have to generate Rage by hitting stuff. And just another public service announcement, don't build fucking Quinns. I tried it. I thought it would work great because, you don't use abilities too much. They have really long cooldowns, and his auto attack chain is half decent. But fuck. I was wrong. He is very much ability based, and I'd much rather build him with some extra power items than attack speed. And that is why you will see me opt for Warrior Tabby instead of Ninja Tabby, because the extra power is a lot more useful in this guy's kit. So, let's move on to the rest of the build now. So for the rest of the build, I of course am going to be talking about that warrior, that in-your-face Bruiser. I do think he has potential in the jungle, but I don't play the jungle very much. I'm very much more of the solo lane guy, so that's how I'm going to focus on this today. Now, as this frontline Bruiser, you need a bit of everything. So we've got a bit of power already with those first 2 items. Now we need some protections. Now, our Gladiator's Shield is going to give us a little bit of physical protection, but we do need magical protection. Shogun's Kasari. It's a great item. It gives you magical protection, and its aura gives everyone around you this 20% attack speed buff. This includes you. So, where you don't want to pick up Quinns, you can pick up Shoguns because it does help your kit, it does help you generate Rage, but you're also helping your team. You don't want to build attack speed selfishly. Then by the time you finish the Shoguns off, you're going to realize that the Hunter is going to start chunking you. So you're going to need some more physical protection. Now there's a variety of items that you can use in this case, but I would either go with the hide, or if you find that both are fucking with you or that you're getting locked down by a lot of CC, Spirit Robe, and then hide. So it's in these 4th and 5th items that I'm either picking up Spirit Robe or Hide of the Nemean Lion. Then for that last item slot, it's really whatever you want. There's a lot of different options that you can go. Like if you're really far ahead, go into some power. But if you're on par or, you know, a little bit behind, then you want to go into some more protection. Because again, your abilities do a lot to these squishy targets. You're going to be able to lock them down, but are you going to be able to survive their onslaught? That's what you've got to be asking yourself. Now that's all the time that I have for this video. If you've enjoyed watching today, leave a like on the video. If you want to see more stuff from me, subscribe to this channel. And until next time guys, this is Keltick the Casual, signing off.